2009 NBC National Heads Up Poker Championship. What's up, guys? I'm Christiana for Card Player TV, and the Spades bracket has just come to an end. Gabe Kaplan defeated Chris Ferguson, John Joando over Joe Hashem, Jeffrey Ishbia over Leon Yanofsky, Tom Dwan over Gavin Griffin, and Ilari Ziigmund Sahamies over Gavin Smith. Here's what Sahamies had to say after the match. Ilari, tell me how your first round match went. Obviously it went well because you won, but was it difficult against Gavin Smith?
Actually it was, I don't know, it went okay, and it was tough match anyway. Yeah.
Alright, now if Ilari Grospellier wins, have you gotten to play with him a lot?
Actually, I haven't played ever against him, so it will be very funny, and I'm very interested in playing against him if he will win.
Now, most people know you as Ziigmund, obviously.
Yeah.
You've been playing high-stakes cash games. Now, they called you, and they're obviously recognizing the importance and the talent of high-stakes cash game players. So, when they called you, were you surprised, or did you feel it was warranted to come here and compete against these 64 invited players?
I was very proud of it, of course, and it was very good for me, and I was very happy.
And Elky Grospellier defeated Fred Collins. All right, Elky, at the drawing party, when you found out you were playing one of the qualifiers, what's going through your head, and what kind of strategy do you go into with a player that you have no idea how they play?
Well, it's kind of tough because I don't want to take many risks, and I mean, at the time I have an edge against him, but at the same time I don't know if I can bluff him because he does, like, I have no idea how he plays, so it's hard going into the game, and by the time I get a little bit of idea of how he's playing, then the blinds are so huge that I have to gamble it up a bit too, so I think I played pretty well on the on, but then I kind of had to gamble, and I got it on him like 7 times, I think. So. And he kept on doubling up when he was short stack, so it was quite a tough game, but I'm very happy I'm full now.
All right, so now you're playing Ilari Sahamies. What kind of experience do you have playing with him?
Oh, I never played with him actually, but I heard a ton, and I'm sure it's going to be a very fun and exciting game, so I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Is it worth doing any research online to see maybe his style, or are you just going to go into it and have at it?
I have quite a bit of idea of how he plays, and I think he has an idea of how I play, but the structure is pretty fast, so I mean, it's going to be an action game for sure, yeah.
Barry Greenstein also beat Blandino Gines. We caught up with Greenstein after the match. All right, Barry, when you pulled an internet qualifier for your first match, what's your thought process when going into a heads-up match like this with someone you've never played with before?
Well, I've played enough heads-up of these heads-up things, not just on the NBC, but on other things, but I've seen a mistake that other good players have made. The idea is when you're playing a heads-up qualifier, keep the pots small, don't play it all in. If he moves in on you, you're probably going to fold. You don't want to, even if you're a slight favorite, you don't want to play the hand. But what happens with these blinds that go up pretty quickly, if you play too slow a match, you'll get to like the 3rd or 4th level, and then you're just flipping coins.
Right.
So I just wanted to get the hands out dealer-wise as soon as possible. Never take time on hands, kind of force the action to be quick. I tried doing that, but believe it or not, the whole first level, I never even got a pair.
Wow.
And he got a lead on me. He actually got a 2-to-1 lead on me. I was very fortunate that I had 10-7 with a board that had 9-8-6 on it. I had the absolute nuts.
Right.
And then I checked it to him because a few times he had moved in on me. A 5 came on the river. I thought he might even be bluffing. I checked. He moved in. Of course, I was real happy. But he had a legitimate hand. He had 7-8. He had a straight.
Right.
So he didn't do anything wrong. The chips were going in. He just got unlucky. But he doubled me up. I got a lead. I got him down pretty good, but then he doubled back through and he got the lead again. And then it was scary. I had, at the end, I had maybe 20 big blinds. He had 15. And I got very fortunate that the final hand, I had him, pretty dead. Almost to no direct outs. He had to run a runner.
Right.
So I got lucky, but I didn't have to get that lucky.
Right. We also caught up with Hellmuth after he beat Mike Sexton. First of all, congratulations. How was Mike Sexton as a first-round opponent?
Mike Sexton played great, and I'm a man that tells it like it is. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm kind of a poker brat. Mike deserved to win that match. I mean, he had the best hand for all the money. So if I'm going to complain when other people are lucky on me, then I better man up and tell it like it is.
Right. Well,
I'll tell you one thing. It was a very distracting hand because Maury came up to me right before the hand started, and he said, "You can't wear this hat." He said, "Oh my God, I didn't realize you had this hand on. Where's the .net?" And so I looked up, and Mike said, before I looked at my cards, he said, "Now you're mad. Now you're going to raise it." I looked at Ace Jack, and I did raise it, $1,500 more. And now it got to him, and he decided to re-raise. And in my mind, I kept thinking, he might have queens, he might have queens, but he could easily have just an ace rag. He could have 2 9s and have to fold. There's a lot of hands that I'm just going to win by moving in.
Right.
And when I moved in and he called, I said queens, and he said yeah. So I mean, I was distracted right before the hand started, and it ended up getting me lucky. I didn't play the hand well. I mean, there's no excuse. I mean, even with distraction, I played it bad.
That's it for round 1. Be sure to tune back in tomorrow for round 2 of the NBC National Heads Up Poker Championship. I'm Christiana for Card Player TV.